How's it going? Today we're going to show you how to clean and gut a chicken. First things first, make sure it's tied up so it won't be kicking around. And what we're going to actually do is we're going to have him hanged upside down, and we're going to cut around the carotid artery. And we're going to cut all the way around. That way that blood can leak out. The reason we want the blood to leak out is that way when you're cooking with it, that blood's not still in the animal. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. And again, we're going to go ahead and go over to the tree and show you how it's done. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to find that carotid artery. You can see, you'll feel it right about down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to not just cut that, we're actually going to cut all the way around to make sure that we get that artery, okay? So first things first, go ahead and just pinch it and all the way around. Chicken from so its legs are free, so I'm able to work with it. And as you can see, it's already drained out. It's been draining for about 10 to 15 minutes. And so what we're going to do right now is boil it. The key to boiling is making sure your water is not too hot, because if your water is too hot, you'll end up cooking the meat. And you don't want to be cooking the meat while you're plucking your feathers or something. So make sure that the water is just about maybe around 150 degrees. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to come over here. You can tell whether or not, that water's hot. It's hot enough to burn my hands. It's just hot enough to release the feathers from what's holding them inside the chicken's body, on its skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chicken, I'm going to dunk it inside, and I'm going to move it around in order to allow those feathers to release. Okay? So, chicken in. Keys to make sure that it's fully immersed. If you notice, I'm going all the way inside, bring it around, and let your chicken properly drain. The reason I had to move it around is so it gets all the way underneath those feathers and it will release them when the time comes to pluck them. And cut. Now what you can see is the chicken's eaten its morning meal, alright? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take that off so we don't have to worry about that getting messy or anything. So as you can see, I've taken this and I've made an incision. And so now I'm just going to start working my way around the chicken, taking off parts of it. And the key is not to pop that sack. Don't pop that sack. So. Further away, and as you can see now that I got some ground, I can even pull and it starts to come undone, and I start to see where that gizzard actually lies, and I'm going to pull it away from the lining that's holding those muscles to get that gizzard to the chicken's body. So I can use that, or I can stick my knife in, careful not to cut the bag, slice it and get further away. Okay, I'm just pulling. See, this is some muscles, some little extra skin that's holding that gizzard to the chicken's body, supporting it. And once I get down here, you notice I kind of squeeze it a little bit, get further back, and I'm going to cut that part right there. And I'm going to even get some of its lungs right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut in so I get rid of all that waste at the same time. And so now I'm at the point where I got most of the gizzard out. I can see there's still a little bit down here that I need. So I'm going to flip it over on its back and tear away that muscle back here. And now I got almost a complete gizzard along with some of the esophagus of the chicken. And as you notice, I accidentally ripped the sack right there. So as you can see, there's some of the stuff that's going. You don't want to do that. So we're just going to be careful not to have that spill now. And I'm going to come in. Cut that off. Now for the chicken's butt, what we're going to do is go ahead and make an incision there. Go through the bone and separate the butt. There you go. So now the butt is separated from the chicken through that bone. It's easy, it cuts through with the knife. We're going to work our way down. Okay. Nice, I went down on that side. And you should start even to see where its innards are going to start to show. Going to go on this side. Okay, and you can see that now my butt's clear, and I can start to go on the below here, start to open up the cavity of that chicken's innards, insides. Okay. On this side. Now you see I've gotten a hole inside that cavity, and this part right here is just part of the butt. I can let that go, so now that butt's fully loose. And I just need to extend this part right here. So I'm going to extend that cut on the top part there. Extend the cut on this side. So now I can open up that cavity. And what we're going to do is we're going to go inside and pull out all these guts now. So you start here at the top. To make sure, I'm going to make sure the walls are separated. So I'm just what I'm doing is just pulling out the muscles that are holding this stuff all together. Right there, and then now, same thing here. I'm going to go inside, and I'm just, as you can see, I'm just pulling out those muscles that are holding inside that chicken. I'm going around before I pull out the guts. So I go inside again. I can feel the heart and the lungs, and I'm just detaching those muscles that are around those, so when I pull it out, everything's going to come out. I reach in, feel where everything is, and start to pull it out. There we go. There's everything that comes out. And as you can see, I'm looking in there, and there's actually still a kidney stuck in there that didn't detach with the rest of them. Right there. And so with your lungs, you can take your two fingers, go inside, and just find its rib cage where the lungs are, and you can pull those lungs out by going straight down. And he's attached to his lungs. There they are. There we go. There's one lung. And there's the other lung. And I mean, if you want, you can look inside, and there's nothing left of the guts. So now all I need to do is just clean up this animal, take off any of the extra fat or skin that's around it. Notice I still got a little bit of the esophagus. I got all this extra skin, so I mean, just take your time, cut it away. And we can just talk about the chicken's anatomy for a second. Right here, we got its heart. It's a small heart. So you can take that away. You know, it's good for some people like to cook with it. You'll take it apart, wash it, clean it up. You have right here its livers, okay? And so there's a green part right here that you don't want to touch, okay? That part will spoil those livers for you. Okay, so before I even touch those, I'm actually going to go to what's called the so I'm just, taking some of that muscles. What's called the gizzard. Now this is where the chicken takes its food and mashes it up, grinds it up, and breaks it down so it can go into the intestines and be used in the body. So I'm going to do right now is just take that. I'm going to cut it off. Cut through it. Okay, and that's the gizzard. What you're going to do is there's actually green stuff in there, as you can see, just on the outside. And we'll cut along the edges, wash it, peel that off, and you can use that to cook with. It's a very hard, very tough meat. And then to the kidneys right here. Okay. As you can see, there's that green part we don't want to touch, so I'm actually... When I pulled it out, I kind of messed one of the kidneys up, so I'm just going to clear some of those muscles. And liver, not kidneys. We're going to take this, and there's no green part there, so I'm going to cut it away. There's one part of the liver, and the other part is really close to this green stuff, and it's really kind of messed it up, so I'm not really going to mess with that one right now. It's kind of shredded when I pulled it out. And these right here would be the guts. Then small intestine, large intestine. If you wanted to, you could squeeze everything out, wash those thoroughly, and you could use those in some type of cooking.